So April 16th, 2020. I'm still working. We're in the middle of the coronavirus thing, depending on when you watch this. So yeah, I'm still working. I'm still doing what I can. I might talk about the corona thing later. But first things first. Today I have a dead grand fir to cut down. It's been dead a few years, I think. Quite tall. It's about 120, I think, maybe more, 130 to the very tips. Yeah, there's a shed underneath. There's power lines within falling distance. So it's not a good tree by any means to climb, but I'm hoping to be able to throw a grapple hook from an adjacent live fir tree and snag the grand fir and traverse into it. I just hope I can get a decent purchase, a reliable purchase with the grapple hook, because it's just rubbish up top by the looks. And then hopefully it'll safely take my weight. What I will do is, if and assuming I can get a good throw and get it to snag, I'll give the tree a good shake around just to see what it does, to see if it moves excessively, if it cracks, if it breaks, if it uproots, because you have to assume that when a tree has died above the ground, it's also dead and decayed underneath the ground. In fact, that's probably where it started. So you can never assume just because the wood is hard enough to stand and climb on that, the roots are gonna be strong enough to keep the tree stood, because eventually they usually fall over, and this one does have a lean on it too. So so if I can get across, I'm also gonna try this. I need some kind of breakaway lanyard. I don't always use kind of breakaway links, but with this one I have a feeling I should. So I got this rubber thing that I rigged up. This is rated to, I don't know if you can see that, it's like £60. I'm going to try that. £60 isn't much, so when I traverse across, I'll have to make sure I access at a low point. I don't try and drag myself directly to where the hook is, or I'm going to put a lot more strain on this little rubber thing. But like I say, one thing at a time. I'll get there, get set up, and hopefully it's favourable that I can get across. And then I don't know quite, there's two gaps to put the top, one way of an adjacent tree or the other way, none particularly with the lean, I don't think. Right, I'm back on. Sorry, I just dropped the camera. So I'll have wedges, small axe, and that's the best I can do really. I just have to hope the top goes one way or the other and not back towards where my climb line is anchored in the adjacent tree. So I'll be careful and just put one foot in front of the other. Okay, I'll go and drive to the site now. I'm almost there. I just thought I'd pull over first, and then I'll get on with it. So from here it looks like the top wants to go through that gap, not that gap. But I'm not, you never know until you quite get up there. So this is the tree we're going to get up, and I'll throw the hook across. There's more branches on it, I remember, so that's in my favour. And there is some finer twigs too. So maybe it's been dead 2 years. But it's a good height for this area. It's at least 130, I think, now looking at it. A bit taller than I remember, that's always the case. And there's a funny little curve up at the top, see up there. See that little curve there at the top? So I'm hoping that might just put it that way. Put the favour that way. Lots of dead patches of bark gone and woodpecker holes. But it could be worse, could be raining and it could be windy, neither. So yeah, it'd be a nice job to have some help, some backup of some sort, but that's just not the way things are at the moment, and it's too bad. So that's just the reality of the situation, of my situation. I need the money, so I'll just be careful, and hopefully it'll go alright.
Wow.